Okay, so here we have a map of Sri Lanka. As you can see, it's an absolutely massive island. I thought I'd put it on the blue day bed so that you could get an idea of size. Yeah, right. Okay, so if we zoom in here, you will see that this is Colombo and this is where I flew into. I spent the night in Negombo, which is up here, which I would say is probably about 30 minutes from the airport. The next day, we drove all the way over here to the caves of Dambulla, and then we spent the night in Sigiriya at the Elephant Corridor Hotel. The following morning, we drove all the way up here to Anuradhapura, where we saw the ancient tree, the sacred tree of Bo, I should say. And then the following day, actually no, that same day rather, we drove all the way up here to Trincomalee, and this is where we stayed at the Jungle Beach Hotel. We stayed there for 2 nights, and then on the third morning, we woke up and we drove down here, and then we got to Habanara and then cut across and drove to Polonnaruwa, which was the beautiful ancient city that I compared to Dubai, if you remember. Then the following day, we drove back up to this road, down the main road to Kandy, and we spent the night in Kandy. We went to the elephant orphanage, which is down here. So there is actually a road that cuts across because all of this area here is big mountains, and that's where we hit the tea trails. So we went to Little Britain, Niriwa Elia up here, and then to Hatton, where we stayed at the tea trails for that one night. And then that following day was the really long 8-hour drive all the way down to Yala, which is down here where the Chenna huts was. And then following that, we drove down the south coast to Tangol, where we stayed at the Lost House. We visited the Wellingama Resort. We visited Gaul, and we stayed just outside Gaul, up here in the mountains at Kahandikandi. And then the last night we spent was just here in Bentota. And then the following morning, we got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and drove back to Colombo Airport. So as you can see, I pretty much did all of this region of Sri Lanka. Wow, I gotta tell you, that's a lot of road to cover. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this map moment. Mrs. Robinson signing off, looking at a map.